Hi there, my name's Chrissy. I'm from BN, Australia, and I would like to take you today through a hip and lower back mobility flow. So if you could just find your way to any comfortable cross-seated position. If you need to place anything underneath your sits bones to feel more comfortable, just placing something there. And we're going to come into a cross-legged position with the right leg crossed in front of the left. So you're just going to soften your shoulders down away from the ears and bring your awareness to your breath. So breathing in deep into the belly and exhaling, softening your shoulders. So just coming into your body this morning, softening through the hinge of the jaw, the lips and the throat. On your next inhalation, bringing your arms up and your hands will meet above your head, and we'll exhale our hands to our heart center. Just resting the thumbs to the sternum and a little tuck of the chin so the back of the neck is nice and long. Then releasing your fingertips to the floor either side of you. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, we're just going to bring our chest forward. Gently, just until you feel an opening in the back of your hips. And then we're going to lift up and slide our feet a bit further forward so that your shins are crossed further forward than your knees, and you've created a bigger diamond here. We're going to breathe in and lengthen the spine again, and exhale, bringing the chest down. And really sending the breath to the back of your hips. On each of your inhalations, feel your spine lengthen, and on your exhalations, allow your chest to soften. Good, and then tucking the chin to unravel the spine, to come up, and joining the soles of your feet together and bringing the knees wide. Interlacing the fingers, hooking them over the toes, breathing in to lengthen the spine, and breathing out, softening the elbows and rounding the upper back. And again, inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale to round and soften. One more big inhale to create some space in the back, and exhale to soften down. And then just allow your shoulders to be heavy and soft. Your chin can move towards your chest here. And send some breath into the back of the hips. From here, we're gently going to unravel, bring our hands behind and slide our feet about 15 or 20 centimeters further forward. And again, we're going to come down. So breathing in to lengthen the spine and breathing out to soften your chest. You're coming down between the thighs. And again, we breathe in to unravel the spine and exhale to deep dive the chest between the thigh bones. Good. On this third round, you can bring the backs of your hands to the floor underneath your calf muscles. Slide the fingertips forward and bring your palms to the fronts of your feet. Breathing in and exhaling down. And really feeling the breath moving into the back of the hips. Allowing your lower back to feel broad and spreading. Chin can move down towards your chest. And you've just got a very soft and rounded upper back. From here, we're going to release the hands and bring our hands behind underneath the shoulders. Stepping your feet hip width distance. A little wider, so a bit more like the edges of your mat, and lengthen the spine, opening the chest. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, you're just going to drop both of your knees to the right like windscreen wipers. Turn to look over your left shoulder. So just feeling that beautiful juicy twist in your lower back. Breathing into center and breathing out, dropping both the knees to the left and turning your head to look to the right. Good. And again, inhaling knees to center, exhaling your knees like windscreen wipers over to the right. From here, we're going to bring our left hand all the way around to where our right hand was and step our right hand out. pushing both hands into the floor and looking over the right shoulder for a deep twist. Breathing some space into your spine. And then we're going to come back the way we came. So your right hand replaces the left and your left hand comes around. We bring the knees over to the left. And from here, your right hand comes all the way around, replaces the left, and your left hand steps out shoulder width, and you turn and look over your left shoulder. So not only are you twisting that lower back, but you're also giving your organs an internal massage here. Good. Coming back the way you came, so that right hand comes around. Both knees once again drop over to the right. And now we're going to place the sole of the right foot against the left thigh bone and tuck your left heel in. So you're going to turn your chest over your right thigh, breathe in to lengthen the spine, and exhale, our chest comes down. Beautiful. So we inhale to unravel and exhale to lower the chest. Good. One more big rolling breath. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to soften your chest over your right thigh. And you can stack your forearms in front of you, soften the shoulders. And again, just feel as though you're broad and spreading across that lower back area. Soften the shoulders, the muscles of the jaw, the lips are soft. We're going to walk our hands up, and you're going to bring this left thigh to stack on top of the right. We're going to walk our hands around. And you're just coming to lay down on your right side, so you can slide your right arm along the floor and just lower yourself down. Resting your right ear on your right shoulder. Breathing fully and deeply here. Our knees are going to stay where they are. We're just going to turn the upper body. So extending the arms at shoulder height and adjusting your shoulders. So walking your scapula underneath you and turning to look to the left. Big breaths into that left side body. Softening the jaw. And really feel the breath move into the space that you've created in your body. So breathing into that left side. And very carefully bringing your head to center and bring your knees to face the ceiling. Releasing the pelvis. And then we'll draw both of our knees into chest. A little tuck of the chin so the back of your neck is nice and long. And you're just going to take a little rock from side to side, releasing anything that feels heavy or tense. And as we rock from side to side, we can start to make some little circular movements with the knees. So you can place a hand on each of your knees and just start to roll your knees in some circles. So giving your lower back a really juicy massage against the floor. Really feel that tension dripping away or draining away. And then reversing your knee circles. Let's start to bring our awareness a little more deeply within and start to rest the awareness on the breath. Feel the breath move into the belly. Wide into the rib cage. And then both your knees come into chest. Placing the left sole of the foot on the floor and drawing your right thigh bone to chest. If your back feels peaceful and easy, you can extend and lengthen your left leg. Send some energy along that left leg by flexing the foot. And really drawing your right thigh bone to chest, giving your ascending colon here a bit of a squeeze. Gently release, and your right arm comes out at shoulder height, palm facing the floor, breathing in to prepare. And as you breathe out, we're going to take the right knee down toward the floor. It might just be a small movement, and you may feel like you want to adjust your hips here. So just do what feels peaceful for your body and turn to look in the opposite direction. So you're turning to look to the right. And again, we're bringing the breath into the space. So breathing into this right side. On each of your exhalations, you're softening and deepening. So twisting really loves the breath. We create space on our inhalation, and on our exhalation, we really soften into that spaciousness. When you're ready, we bring our right knee back into chest, and our left knee comes in. Again, a little rock from side to side, relieving any tension. And we're going to come back up to our seated position. So you can place your hands either side of you, push yourselves up, and we're going to come back into our cross-seated with our left leg crossed in front of the right. So if you have something underneath you or you need some elevation, placing a little cushion or a blanket, we breathe in and we lengthen the spine, and exhale, our chest comes down. And again, inhale, so you can round the back as you come up. And exhale, maybe finding a little more depth. And again, breathing in and exhaling, your chest comes forward. You can place your hands wherever they feel comfortable, and really sending your breath now to the backs of the hips. We're going to unravel nice and slowly. And we'll cross our legs a little bit further forward. So you slide your feet forward and your ankles are crossed, your shins are in front of your knees. And again, we breathe in and exhale, the chest comes forward. So feeling how that moves into a slightly different part of your hip. So it just depends on how open your hips are to how this shape's going to look. You just want to feel peaceful and easy in your body. So just taking yourself down as far as feels good. Softening and broadening through the lower back, releasing tension through the shoulders. And then we're going to unravel all the way up and bring our feet into Baddha Konasana. So soles of feet together, knees wide, interlacing the fingers over the toes. Breathe in to lengthen and breathe out to soften. Good. Again, inhale to lengthen, creating space. Exhale to soften. Maybe you're finding a little more depth this round. Again, breathing in and exhaling down. You could close your eyes here or soften your gaze. Gifting yourself this time and this nourishment. Gently unraveling and sliding the feet a bit further forward, so you're creating that bigger diamond again. And this time we can go straight into that. Backs of the hands underneath, and maybe your hands come to your shins, or maybe you come a little further. Good, and again, just directing that breath to where you're feeling tension. And we carefully come all the way up and we bring hands behind. We take our feet to the edges of the mat. Our feet are flexed, the knees are bent, opening the chest. Breathing in, and on the exhalation, both knees drop to the left and you turn to look to the right. Good, so just very gentle, head to center, knees to center. Exhale, both knees to the right, turning to look to the left. Good. Inhale and exhale, both knees to the left. And this time your right hand comes around, replaces the left, and the left steps out. Turning to look over your left shoulder. Maybe you're feeling A little bit more open in that area now on this second side. We come back the way we came, over to the right. And again, taking that big juicy twist. So that left arm comes around, replaces the right, step the right hand out, and you're pushing both hands into the floor and bringing your chin towards your right shoulder. Good. Let's walk it back. Windscreen wiper those knees all the way to the left. And then we're going to tuck the sole of the left foot to meet the right thigh bone and tuck your right heel in. We're going to bring the chest evenly down over that left thigh. So we breathe in to lengthen and breathe out to bring your chest down. And again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to soften. So you're just finding a little more space. Breathing in and breathing out. And don't be attached to the depth that you find, because all of our bodies are different. We have different areas of tension. So you just really want to be with your body. Soften the shoulders. Good. And from there we walk it up. We're going to bring our right thigh on top of the left. And you're just going to lie down on your left side. So extend the left arm out and come down. And just bring your head to your left bicep and find the breath. Feel that breath move into the right side body. And then we're rolling onto our backs, bringing our arms out. So from here you adjust your shoulders. So you want to tuck your little wings, your shoulder blades underneath you. Arms are at shoulder height and turning your head to look to the right. And that breath's coming into your right side, fully and deeply. Good, smooth and steady breath. And then we bring our head to center, bring the knees to face the ceiling. You can pick up your pelvis if it needs to be released. And then bringing both of the knees into the chest. And once again, just find a little bit of movement here, a little bit of intuitive movement. So moving in ways that make your body feel good. I'm going to add some knee circles here. This time we're going to bring both knees into chest and then open the knees. And it's like you're drawing two circles, and you can start to arch your back. And as your knees come in, we push the lower back down. Good, so making those juicy circles, and don't be afraid to tip and tilt the pelvis with the movement. And maybe your neck starts to arch as well. And then we're just going to reverse the circles, so knees go away and they open and they come together. And just feel how your breath moves with that movement. So exhale to press the lower back down. Inhale to arch the back. Good. And then both knees in, a little rock from side to side. And we're going to keep our left knee in and place the right foot on the floor. Taking your left thigh bone to chest. And if it feels peaceful for your lower back, you extend your right leg. And send some energy along that right leg by flexing the foot. Really giving your descending colon here a good squeeze. Soften through the jaw, muscles of the face. Good, we're going to bring it into a twist. So your left hand comes out to the side in line with your shoulder, palm facing the floor. Breathing in to prepare. Your right hand draws your left knee over toward the right. And just take that as far as feels good for your body. And it can feel nice to adjust your hips slightly. So just listen to what feels good. We keep grounded through the shoulder girdle as we turn to look to the left. Good. And then we're breathing into this big space we've opened up here in the left side. And feeling that beautiful, nourishing twist for your lower back. Good. Notice your breath. Notice how your body feels. And can you soften your thoughts? Let's come back to center with the left knee. And adjust your hips so they feel comfortable. And bringing both knees back into chest. I'm going to take the knees wide now, wider than the rib cage. So you're opening both knees nice and wide. And here we start to feel the lower back broad and spreading. So bring your chin towards your chest a little bit so the back of your neck is nice and long. You can bring your hands around your shin bones here. And from here we can pull down the left shin bone and then the right, so you're rocking across that lower back. And breathing fully and deeply. Good. From here, flexing the feet, bringing the soles of the feet to look at the ceiling. We're going to come into Ananda Balasana or Happy Baby. So we can reach our hands around the backs of the thighs and we're drawing the knees down either side of the rib cage. Our shin bones are perpendicular to the floor and our feet are flexed. If it's available to your body and it feels good, you can reach for the outer edges of your feet and draw the knees down either side of the rib cage. Good. If that's not available, you're just hugging the backs of the thighs. Good. Smooth, steady breath. Tuck of the chin, so feeling the long, straight spine against the floor. From here, we'll bring our toes together and our knees together. Bringing the soles of the feet to rest on the floor with bent knees. And then we're going to join the soles of our feet together and open our knees to the sides. So allowing those thigh bones to be heavy and soft. And we'll cup our elbows in our palms here, breathing in. And on the exhalation, you can bring your forearms all the way up and overhead. Good. Soften the shoulders. Little tuck of the chin. Breathing into the belly. Breathing into that really big spaciousness that we've opened up in our bellies. Good. That's it. Just feeling that movement of breath. Good. And then we'll squeeze our inner thighs together. Bringing the right knee into chest. Flexing the foot and placing the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. You're just going to lay back here and push your right thigh bone forward. So as you're really starting to open that hip, we've got to flex through our right foot and you're just gently working your right thigh bone forward. And maybe you want to reach through the gap and find the back of your left thigh and come into a reclined figure 4 here. If your hips are quite open and you want more, you can always go for the front of the left shin. So maybe you just stay there at the back of the thigh. And again, directing the breath to the area that we're opening here, the back of that right hip. Good, and when you're ready, we'll release the left foot to the floor. Bring the right knee back into chest. Extend the left leg. And bring your left hand to your left hip. You can point your right toe and we're going to take the right knee to the outside of the rib cage. So really opening up into the groin. Flexing the foot. Bringing the sole of the right foot to look at the ceiling, and you can come into a half happy baby here by wrapping your forearm around the back of your right thigh or looking for the outer edge of that right foot, taking the knee down. Good. And then we're going to bend that left leg, release the right foot, bring the right knee in, and bring your left knee in. A little rock from side to side. Just start to feel how your lower back and hips are feeling. We'll bring the right sole of the foot to the floor, the left knee into chest. We're going to come into the figure 4 on this side, so we flex the left foot. And we want to work our shin bone forward by gently pushing on the left thigh bone. So flexing your left foot, little tuck of the chin. Good, big breaths. From here you might want to add some intensity by reaching through and finding the back of your right thigh. Or if you want more, maybe the front of the right shin, but you want to be able to be soft in the upper body. Good, so this left knee's working forward and we're feeling that big deep stretch in the back of this left hip. And release the right foot to the floor. The left knee comes into chest. And we extend the right leg fully. Taking the left knee to the outside of the rib cage, you can point your toe here. And you could bring your right hand to your right hip just to remind that hip to stay grounded rather than rolling onto the left side. You want to feel broad and even through the back body. Flexing the foot, sole of the foot looks at the ceiling, and we come into our half happy baby on this side. So you're either going to wrap your hand, your forearm around the back of your left thigh, or you're going to reach up for the outer edge of that left foot and take the knee down. Send some energy through your right leg so it's active. Good. And then very carefully release. Bringing both knees in nice and wide, opening up the groins, and bringing knees together. Bringing the soles of your feet to the floor. And we're going to open once more into Baddha Konasana. So joining the soles of the feet together, knees nice and wide. This time we tuck our shoulder blades underneath and bring the backs of the hands to rest on the floor. A little tuck of the chin so the back of your neck is nice and long and soft. And just resting your awareness now on your breath. So feel the breath move right down deep into the belly. Closing down your eyes. And bringing your awareness more and more deeply within. We're going to move into Savasana to finish this practice. So we bring our knees together and just step your feet hip width distance. Extending one leg and then the other. So that your feet are wider than your hips, and you can just wriggle your feet here just to loosen the legs and just feel that you're releasing from deep in the hip. You can start to wriggle your body a little bit and just invite it to soften. Making sure your shoulder blades are tucked underneath, the backs of your hands are resting on the floor. And once you feel aligned and if your body feels peaceful, we're just going to close down our eyes and bring awareness a little more deeply within. So letting go of the outside world and starting to notice not only your inhalation and your exhalation, but starting to notice the spaces between your breaths. allowing the deepening and lengthening of the breath just to naturally happen. And the longer that you can spend there in your Savasana, your final pose of deep rest, the better. So we start to notice the spaces between the breaths, the spaces between our thoughts. Om Shanti. Thank you.